I'll start with I start what is sustainability previously. And you have confusion in literature what it is. In the beginning, we had the Industrial Revolution. We ignored the environment. And then we saw it's too much. Let's turn to the environment, and we forgot everything else. We forgot the economic development, we forgot the quality of life of the humans, and this had only environment. Then the economic crisis came, and they said, the economy is important. So this is typical for politicians. They go from one extreme to the other, and everything say that they define terms as per what happens in the reality in a specific time. So how to avoid this confusion? What is going on in sustainability? If I ask you sustainability, we have a full section in our website with the confusion that exists on sustainability. That's why we created a new sustainability concept in 2015. It was published in 2016 in our conference. So let's return, and this is part of sustainability, by the way, but just to go what it is, why we clarify the confusion, what it is in literature. There are three criteria: economic, environmental protection, economic development, and social development. We cannot do without those three, but they have to be fulfilled simultaneously. Any of those is not fulfilled simultaneously, we are not sustainable. Now, people who are putting in the concept government, human rights, etc., all of these are very important concepts. The issue is what it is, what adds to sustainability criteria, and what doesn't. So that's very important. It is a mix of apples and oranges, and actually right now it is like that. Nobody knows exactly what it is. So there are three, we divided criteria from the actors, very important point. The pillars or the actors are science and technology, is governance in three branches, and is education and civil society. These are not criteria, these are actors, these are pillars. Okay? So criteria are different, pillars are different. And they are equally important. That means that they have to cooperate in order to achieve sustainability. Now, this is the framework. So there are three criteria sustained by three pillars. So if you are not fulfilling any of those criteria, you are not sustainable. If you forget the economic development, industrial revolution, forget it, you are not. If you deal only with environment and forget the economic development, it will come a time people will not have to eat, and they're not going to deal about to protect the environment. Forget about this. So these are three criteria simultaneously to be achieved, and there are three actors. There are the table of three pillars. Any of the pillars goes down, the whole structure goes down. So the government, science and technology and education have to cooperate, are equally important. Sure, we start from science and technology because it gives us solutions. Any government cannot do anything without solutions. The impact of a government is so little without the solutions science and technology gives. So this is the Florian sustainability framework. Now, here we are at the social advancement, social impact of science. This is one of the big social impact. I'm concentrating on the theme of the symposium. Now, food. How many times we have heard that we will not have enough food for the populations of the world? So it's everywhere. But the first one that mentioned we will not have enough food for a population of the world is Malthus in 1798. He said we will not have enough food. Okay? So these are all published. This is Malthus in 1798. Then we have a big bestseller in the United States. We will run out of food by 1975. Then the population bomb in the United States, another bestseller. Will the population be so big? Will not. These are all 97, 67, and 75 publications. So then is the United Nations, the limits of growth, signed by the President of the United States. Then the Global 2000. All of them, and this is one of the most recent one in the United States. Basically, the idea of the book there, we are doomed not to achieve the goals of sustainability. The only way to save the world is everybody to commit suicide. I'm not joking. That's a conclusion of the book. Okay? So the issue is, since 1798 we're saying we will not have enough food. Okay? No, but still we're alive and still the world goes on. The question is why? It's because of the science and technology. It's true that the world population increases like this. That's not wrong. The question is why we're alive and we're not food crisis? Because of the science and technology. So, what happened? The Green Revolution is by chance the name. It doesn't have its name now, it's really green. Technology in agriculture made possible all these new technologies. Then the world was saved. For example, Norman Borlaug got the founder of Green Revolution, got the Nobel Prize. Why? Because of a series of new technologies in agriculture. You name it, I'm not saying there. Although all books there were saying we have to choose which country to leave, which country not to leave. Today we don't have the food problem. Now these data are from United Nations in their website, but nobody reads them and nobody analyzes them. Nobody reads this data. You see, the increase of the food production, serious food, is from 237% to 414%, from 61 to 2016. And what about the world population? Has increased between 183 to 139%. Huge difference. We overpassed the need of the food in the entire world, in the developed region and in the developing regions. Okay? These are not my data, these are nation. You can go and search yourself. In the graphical form, all the graphs, we surpassed the increase of population through science and technology. So, science and technology is the solution, not because the books are wrong, the conclusions are okay, but the science solution saves the world. Now, saving the world, saving the food is one thing. What about the quality of life? There are three criteria of sustainability. Quality of life is here, and the life expectancy. So all regions of the world, although we had enough more food than needed, and the life expectancy went up, so that's the quality of life. So the science and technology saved the world from those doomed scenarios, which we have today. They are really today. Today we hear a lot, but these are we are speaking about with facts, not just the feelings. So that's the sustainability framework. Okay. Now, another effect of science on the society. Automation, artificial intelligence. Before it was automation. Artificial intelligence just added machine learning. So there's a difference, but most of the basis is the same. So, in 2013, prime article in New York Times against automation. How the automation technology wrecked the middle class. Written by famous professor in economics in MIT and in Madrid, Spain. They were against automation. They have to see their article today. So what's happening today in AI? And there are many articles, many things that we are doomed, that automation is wrecking the middle class, we are becoming slaves of the robot. These are not now, these are 10, 15 years later, before, 20 years before. Okay? So, now, it is sustainable, that's the question I asked to my colleague there. Is it sustainable or not? And what is the criteria to determine it is particularly this logic and sustainability framework? I published this book in 2012, Automation. Okay? Now it has been distributed 2,000 copies around the world. There, I made the case that automation, it is sustainable. Doing more with less, saving time, liberating people time from routine and dealing with many other things is sustainable. I don't have time to go in details on this, but this is the main point. Since that time, 2012, I concluded that automation in AI is sustainable. So, and why? You can get all the criteria one by one. In the environmental dimension, you control pollutions and so on and so on. I'm not going into that much in details. You can see these are public videos. I presented this for the first time in 2019 in Singapore. In the economic dimension, stimulate growth, create value adding, and so on and so on and so on. So it is two criteria. So what about the third one? The third one, it is the social dimension, increases the quality of your life. These are the three criteria. Simultaneously, it fulfills the criteria. The energy is a point, but it demands a lot of energy. But you have to see the whole picture in complex, in the big. You have to see the big picture, not the small part of it. In the big picture, you need more energy, but how much energy it saves to the world? That's the difference. That's why it saves more than it needs. So, and the role of government is here. So any new development can go out of hand. Okay. The role of government is to put the right framework in order to not. Any technology has to serve humans, not vice versa. So we forget about this. Okay, humans are what do we need the world to exist when there are no humans on it? We are sustainable. So then this is not just theory. We have used automation, AI, to decrease the energy consumption in the industry by 10 to 40%. Yield increase in yield by 10 to 20 to 30%. Quality of products, decrease of fluctuation by 40%, decrease of number of shutdowns by 30%, decrease of waste and emission by up to 50%, and additional financial profit per reactor from $500,000 to $12 million, depends on the reactor. We have projects around the world, in 50 countries around the world. So this is not just theory speaking, but this is also how it affects. What about in health? Just very short. Just give me 2 minutes more. In health, what's the problem today? What is the chances that you go take the plane and you die on the plane? It's 1 in a million. If it is chances you go to the hospital, what is the chance that you die because of malpractice? 1 in 300. 1 in 300 you are a dead person in the hospital, the chances, okay? Why? Because it's a long story about that, I don't have time. But drugs takes too long to develop new drugs. That's not a good idea. It takes 10 years. Now, the idea is to have one drug for different sicknesses, and this is David Joseph's recent discovery. One target for different neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and other, with one target, with one drug. Okay, and this is his new development. One target to fix many Alzheimer, Parkinson, etc. Now, last one, if you give me, because it's very good, what is the impact of science in politics? Okay, so I mentioned a little bit this, with this we finish. That is very important, and law, okay? Now, Florian Sustainability Framework became constitutional law of the city of Nova Friburgo in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Any project, strategic and day-to-day life, will pass this law in order to be approved, the criteria. So it is constitutional law, and many other municipalities in Brazil are applying this. It is law. I can provide you the version in Portuguese and in English. But this is now functional since September 2024, last year. It's a law of the city. So all projects will have to follow this law in order to be approved. And now to finalize, the first time a scientific concept is turned into law. First time. This is the biggest one you can see in the effect of science into law and the governance. So this is how the municipality describes the Florian Sustainability.
O método Florian, ele parte do seguinte pressuposto, inclusive para a gente orientar a implementação dos 17 ODS da ONU. Ele trabalha sempre na base do 3. Ele tem a primeira base, são 3 pilares. Olha só, senhores vereadores, a importância disso. Quais são os pilares atores de sustentação do método? A governança e a gestão, Os governos têm que estar envolvidos nisso. A gestão em todos os níveis, legislativo, executivo, judiciário. O segundo pilar ator, a ciência, a tecnologia e a prática industrial. E nesse sentido é tão bonito, eu fiz uma visita à STAM. A STAM é uma empresa que já pratica o método Flog. Eu vou explicar depois por quê. E aqui eu elogio a empresa STAM, a sua equipe ambiental inclusive, ao compromisso da empresa com a sustentabilidade. E o terceiro pilar, a educação, observem bem, educação e sociedade civil. Então, o Dr. Flog, ele escolhe os elementos primaciais, nucleares, para instituir os atores e pilares de sustentabilidade. Agora, o que eles sustentam? Eles sustentam 3 critérios. Segundo o Dr. Flog, e que segundo está constante da legislação no artigo 2º, no parágrafo 2º, se não me falha a memória, eu lá disponho: só haverá sustentabilidade quando houver a simultaneidade de 3 critérios fundamentais. O primeiro, a proteção ambiental. O segundo, o progresso social. E o terceiro, o crescimento econômico. Eu lhes pergunto a todos: a Amazônia é sustentável? Retoricamente, não. Porque tem gente passando sede, tem gente passando fome, tem miséria. Sustentabilidade, para existir, tem que ter um equilíbrio. E é o interseccionamento desses 3 elementos. Olha a importância do nosso planejamento. Até porque faz parte do pronunciamento de todos os vereadores aqui da casa. Do interesse da sociedade. Todos os colegas, independente de oposição, situação, todos têm essa preocupação. E a matéria vem exatamente contemplar isso. Uma preocupação que é uníssona em todos nós. Então esses 3 critérios são fundamentais e são sustentados por esses pilares que eu acabei de mencionar. Só que há um dado ainda, vereador Carlinho, fantástico. O que eu tenho que observar na aplicabilidade desses critérios? A tolerabilidade, a tolerância da aplicação de uma medida, a equitatividade, ou seja, o equilíbrio, a medida justa, correta, e a viabilidade. É viável? Não é viável? Então, o método, ele cria um sistema de controle, de autorregulação, de modo que não descambe para o desequilíbrio para um lado ou para outro. Eu não posso ter desequilíbrio na proteção ambiental, eu não posso gerar desequilíbrio no crescimento econômico, eu não posso gerar desequilíbrio no progresso social. Essa visão é uma visão que precisa ressignificar o conceito de sustentabilidade mundialmente. Por isso a gente tem hoje um planeta com tanta desigualdade social, com tanta miséria. Século 21, gente morrendo de fome. Porque está exatamente desfigurado o processo de sustentabilidade que o método Flog procura ordenar. Método esse que mundialmente precisa ser implementado no planejamento e desenvolvimento das cidades. E é isso que essa legislação promove. É isso que a Casa Legislativa estará legando ao povo, a Nova Friburgo, à região, ao estado do Rio de Janeiro, ao Brasil, ao mundo.